We're at 1211 Spruce Street, South Pasadena, California, performing a video sewer inspection through the 4-inch cast iron roof vent. And we believe it comes out the back and then goes to the side of the house, makes a turn, and goes out toward the front of the house, ties into the city sewer. We're going to find out. We're going to run the camera and take a look. Okay, we've got our camera lens clean, and this is the backyard area, and this is going toward the front of the house. And this is our 4-inch mainline roof vent. Going down, we have a minor turn. It's a long roof vent. This is a 2-story house. Cast iron roof vent. Now, should be making a turn here. Making a turn. Camera's wanting to go toward the back. There we go. Okay, now we're going out the line. And as I said, I believe we're going out the back, but we'll find out after. We'll check it. Now we transition from cast iron to vitreous clay. We've got an offset right here, some minor root intrusion, and a pretty good separation right here. Next joint we have a little bit of an offset, nothing terrible. Make another turn. We have some root intrusion in that joint. Root intrusion in the next joint. That joint's got a little tiny bit of an offset, not terrible. Trying to get all the way out to the city sewer. We're going to pick up some debris along the way. It's going to be very difficult. See anything. We'll get washed off when we get in some water once in a while, and then on the way back we'll be able to see it pulling back. We won't get the debris on the camera lens. Another offset joint. Make another turn. Have another offset. You can see at the top. You can see the whole face of the pipe. More root intrusion at that joint. More root intrusion at the next joint. Okay, we're going to have to get some water running to try and help us push all the way out to the city. We're going to pause our audio for a moment. Okay, we're having the homeowner run some water. I can hear the water coming through now. Have him run cold water in the tub. We're about 67 feet. Hopefully it'll be a little easier with water running. Yes, it is. We have quite a bit of root intrusion. We can't see it real great while we're pushing out. Gotta push out pretty fast, but we can see more root intrusion. And we're in what it appears. Pause for a moment. And we just dropped, rinse our camera off in the city sewer a little bit. Okay, we're just going to pull back. We can't reel in at the same time when we pull back, so we know where we're at. Approximately about 145 feet. City sewer tie-in right there. Try and rinse our camera. Lens off a little bit more. Okay, camera lens looks good. Hey, Bruce? Okay, we've marked out the city sewer in the street. We are at about 141 feet out to the city sewer. We've adjusted our cable on the camera monitor, and we've marked it out at 6 foot 4 inches deep at the city sewer. And that is the city sewer running through right there. Pulling back now. We have a fairly good offset right there at the transition, the saddle to the sewer. That will probably need to be replaced. We're holding back some water right here. Got a good dip in the street. Can't really see a lot. Got a pretty good belly right there. That next joint looks good right there. Then we have some roots in the street. Considerable amount of root in front of us, as you can see in that joint. And that is in the street. Minor offset at that joint, not terrible. No root intrusions or breaks that we can see. Some minor roots in this joint. Joint looks to be fairly good, except for the minor root intrusion in the next joint. That joint's got a minor offset holding some water back. Next joint looks to be pretty good. Minor offset, minor belly right there, not bad. This is our 4 to 6 inch transition right here. We're likely right on the property side of the sidewalk, so we're going to mark this out real quick. Okay, we've marked out this area right by the sidewalk at 5 inches deep, and in the street where we marked it right at the connection to the city sewer was 6 foot 4 inches deep. We marked that with orange paint, and we marked the 5 foot 7 inches deep on the property line with a pink flag. I'm going to continue to pull back. That's the transition right there. Joint doesn't look too bad. Then we got considerable amount of roots in the next joint. Next joint looks to be fairly good. We got a small offset right there. Nothing major. Next joint looks to be fairly good. That joint we've got a little more of an offset and some minor root intrusion. Nothing major as well. Reasonable there. Here we got a minor offset. No breaks from what I can see. No major root intrusions. That joint looks to be in pretty good condition. Here, have more roots right in this joint. And heavier roots in the next joint. Looks like we might have a crack up on the top of the pipe, the sides of the pipe, like about the 11 o'clock area. Minor root intrusion in the next joint at the top. And it looks like we've got a crack possibly all the way around from maybe the 5 o'clock area to about the 12 o'clock area. Next joint looks to be in fair condition. That joint's got a minor offset on the side, but nothing terrible. As you're looking at the video, it's on the right hand side. No major root intrusion there. Next joint looks to be in pretty good condition. Joint looks pretty good. Next joint we have some minor root intrusion, nothing serious. Not read because we got to pull it out. We can't feed it back into our reel to get the counter to work backwards. Minor offset, nothing serious there. Looks to be in fairly good condition. A little heavier root intrusion in this joint and a little larger offset in that joint. That joint looks to be in pretty good condition. That joint's got a minor offset, but not terrible. No root intrusion in that joint. That joint looks to be pretty good. Minor offset. Nothing terrible. No major breaks or root intrusion. Same thing. Have an offset there. Probably about ½ inch, but not terrible. Minor offset in that joint. It's very common to have offsets in clay joints. Just all depends on how large as to what the problem might be. That joint looks to be pretty good. Very minor offset. Same thing with that joint. That joint looks pretty good. That joint looks good. That joint looks to be in pretty good condition. That joint, minor offset. Root intrusion in this joint. A little larger root intrusion in that joint. That joint looks to be pretty good, minor offset. That joint's got a little larger offset to it. See where it's dropped down from the top. Root intrusion, no breaks. That joint looks to be pretty good. Now we're making our turn coming toward the back of the house. And we've got a combi, so not too drastic a turn. We have an offset here and minor root intrusion. Pretty good offset right there. You can see the whole face of the pipe at the bottom. Minor root intrusion. That joint looks to be pretty good. That joint looks to be in pretty good shape. That joint has some minor offset to it from the top, but not terrible. That joint has a little bit of offset, but not bad at all. That joint has a little bit of offset, not bad, no root intrusion. Next joint has some root intrusion. Looks to be pretty flush. The minor offset in this joint, no root intrusion. A little more root intrusion in the next joint. A little larger offset. Making another turn. A combi coming back toward the house. A little offset there, nothing terrible. Pretty good offset right here by the house. Minor root intrusion. And that is the transition as well from the cast. So we're going to mark this area out real quick. Okay, we're going to push back in now and get around the turn to the side of the house and mark that out. There's our cast iron going straight. Make our make another turn, another turn. Okay, we've marked this area out onto the house at 2 foot 7 inches deep. Say it one more time. You want me to mark that too? You're killing me, but I'll do it. You know how to operate it? Not that easy. I'll come down. You want me to come around the turn, Bruce? Yeah. Which one? Okay. I got you. Okay, let me. No, that's okay. I'll pull back. Bruce, I'll pull back and I'll hit that one right after the turn. That's okay. Let me get this. Okay, turning, coming back a few feet. Okay, let me mark this one for you. I'll get it. These 2 stories kill me. Okay, we marked this area at 2'4" around the turn, coming back toward the bathroom area, coming south from that northeast corner of the house. Now back in the cast iron. Can't see much. We got water on the lens. Coming back. Coming up the vent. And we are out of the vent. And that concludes our video sewer inspection.